Well, hello everyone. How you guys doing? It is Saturday, and I am exhausted. I'm losing track of the days. Hello. Hope you guys having a good weekend. I had a great day until IO Interactive last night. Man, that was a drag. That was a drag. If you guys were here last night, I'm sorry. I didn't know. It was gonna be a train wreck. I didn't know. And I guess it sounds. The rumor is it's more of a train wreck than anyone even realized. So that's great. Oh my God, Mind's Eye. I almost want to get that game and play it just because of how much of a train wreck it sounds like it's going to be. I have no idea. I don't have an early copy or anything like that. I guess nobody has an early copy. So no idea, but it doesn't sound like it's going to be great. Oh, anyway, today is Future Game Show. So we're going to be doing that. I think they said it was going to be a 2-hour long event. Is it a 2-hour? Let me look. Let me double check on my times here. I got no time. I'm guessing it's going to be 2 hours. It might be only 1 hour. Don't know for sure. But I am ready to go. I'm rocking, and they are ready to go. Look at this. Look at this. They actually have their thing ready to go. So I'm excited. It starts in 30 minutes, 1 p.m. Pacific time, which is going to be in about half an hour. So we have half an hour to speculate, ruminate on games, and talk about like the IO Interactive showcase. That was like a complete train wreck. That was great. Jason, how bad was it? Dude, Andy. Yeah, if you didn't watch it, man, just don't bother. I mean, go for it. They showed off Hitman. They showed off a lot of Hitman, which was awesome. And then it kind of just, the sound was bad. Like, I guess the sound guy didn't know what was going on, or something happened because the volumes were up and down and all over the place. They had a panel, like an AMA, a question panel for all the actors and things for the games, and they were off getting drinks. And so the hostess, she was just sitting there like, what's going on? And so there was like a good 6 minutes of them waiting and telling everyone to come back in. Oh, it was oof. It was bad, man. It was real bad. So it was their first showcase. But the big takeaway, I guess, for me, was they were ready with a lot of Hitman stuff. They announced Hitman for iOS. They have like all this cool content coming for Hitman, which is awesome. They basically shot their load on James Bond First Light. They just showed the trailer and that's it. They didn't talk about, they didn't show anything, no gameplay, nothing. They literally just showed the same trailer we saw at the State of Play on Wednesday. Okay. They didn't do anything else. They revealed that there was a milestone set for how many pre-orders, how many wish lists they would get. The higher the number, the more cool stuff we would unlock. They didn't tell any details about like how many they need or what the goal is. So yeah, for James Bond First Light. And then they showed Mind's Eye. And that looked better than I thought it was going to look. They showed a really extended gameplay of it, which was awesome. And then they showed trailers, which is awesome. And I'm like, why didn't they do this a month ago? The game comes out in 3 days. 3 days, and now they start showing stuff. And the rumor is, I don't know for sure because I was not at the event, obviously. But the rumor was, everyone who showed up to the IO event, they showed up that night. They were able to play Hitman. They were able to play, look at all this cool stuff. They didn't say anything about Mind's Eye. They couldn't play Mind's Eye. They couldn't even look at Mind's Eye. The game comes out in 3 days, but we can't show it. You can't they weren't demoing anything. So everyone kind of walked away saying, man, Mind's Eye is probably not ready. If they're not willing to show it, like they showed a good gameplay segment last night, and it was better than I thought, but it wasn't great. And then they're like, nope, no one can watch it. No one can play it. It's just, that's it. That's all we came here with. And it's like, whew. I don't know. The game comes out in 3 days. You don't have a playable demo. You're not going to show the press. Like, they invited press there. Like, IGN, everyone was there. And they couldn't even play it. So, not just regular, like, YouTubers or whatever. Actual media couldn't play it. So, that's the rumor. I don't know. I wasn't there. But the fact that we just started seeing, like, a lot of information yesterday, I don't know. I want to play it. I want to get it and play it and see what the heck it is because I'm interested, but I don't have any high hopes for how good it is. It definitely seems sus, Bravely. It seems like it's coming in really hot. Like, they are probably working 24 hours a day trying to patch it up, trying to fix it, trying to whatever it, so it can release on June 10th. It feels like that's what it is, because we don't see anything until like 5 days before, 4 days before. That means it's coming in real hot. There's going to be a massive day one patch to add in a whole bunch of stuff, to fix a whole bunch of stuff. So I don't know, man. No review copies. Nope. No review copies. They're not showing it to anybody. They had their event last night. The IO Interactive event had Mind's Eye there. They were not letting anyone go in and play it. They weren't showing it other than what we saw on the stream. That's it, as far as I know. So there's nothing. They're not sending out copies to anybody until the day of. The day of release, everyone's getting copies, but nothing beforehand, as far as I know. Whew. Do you think that Light Nail Fire will show up today? I think it's a very low chance. Could it happen? Absolutely, it could happen. But I have a feeling it's like probably like a 5% chance at best. It's very, very low chance. So I'm not expecting it to come out. I hope that they have a trailer or something for Light No Fire, but we don't know. The team at Hello Games, they don't tell us anything, and I would say that they have a better relationship with Jeff Keighley. So if they were going to show up at an event, they would show up at Summer Game Fest yesterday. That's my speculation. I mean, it doesn't mean that they cannot show up at any other show. They totally could. They could show up tomorrow at the Xbox Showcase. I just think that the odds are very low. Sean Murray seems to have a relationship with Jeff Keighley. Every time he showed off, like, you know, No Man's Sky, Light No Fire, the one time, it's been at Jeff's show. So I would imagine that would be the place to see it if they were going to show it. At this point, Light No Fire will release on the same day as Silk Song. Maybe. It's been almost 2 years since the announcement. And even at the announcement in 2023, Sean came out and said, hey, we've been working on this game for 5 years. And it's like, really? Now it's 7 years and they still haven't said anything? Or we have had one trailer and I don't know. Come on, Hello Games, make Jason happy. Oh, dude, I would have a heart attack. I'd be so excited if they did a Light No Fire trailer or something today. That'd be great. About the same chances as inviting Jason on stage. Yeah, basically, yeah, I'm not going to be there. USM says, sadly, releasing unfinished games is becoming the industry norm. Yes, sadly, that is absolutely true. And it makes me even more sad because I get super excited when we get a game that is totally finished right out of the box. Like when Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 came out, I was like, what the heck? This game works great. It's finished. It's good to go from the beginning. What the? That's not normal. That should be normal, but it's not. So yeah, it's sadly the case. And so I have no idea. I have not played Mind's Eye. I've not seen it. I have not heard, nothing other than what we've seen. I've never seen or anything else on Mind's Eye. And so it just, from everything I've heard, from what everyone's talking about, it looks like it's coming in real hot. And it might work on day one. It might be great, but no one knows because they are fixing it and patching it and doing whatever they can all the way up until release day. So it might be a piece of junk until Monday, and then Monday they fix it. Who knows? No idea. But man, it looks like it and sounds like it's very rough. Even the gameplay we saw last night was a little bit rough. And I'm like, dude, you guys are out 4 days? 4 days out? Why? So, I don't know. And Michelle, thank you so much for becoming a member. I know you've been a member, but you're now a member again as well. Thank you so very much. 07. It will not come out till after GTA 6. Oh, Light No Fire? Maybe. I mean, the longer we go, GTA 6 is scheduled for May 22nd, I think. It's in May of 2026, so if we don't hear anything from Light No Fire by like August, September, then we know it's not going to be out until next year. So yeah, I don't know, man. We haven't heard anything. There are already too many games now as it is. I mean, that is the detriment for game developers, is there are so many games already to play that if you put out a game that's not going to grab the attention or not finished, people can easily ignore it because they have 50 other games to play. So yeah, that's the other rub on that. If Mind's Eye is terrible or whatever, or needs more time, That's okay. We have 5 other games to play right behind it, and we might forget about Mind's Eye. Michelle says, oh, 27 months. Yes, 27 months. I appreciate that. Over 2 years as a member. That's friggin' awesome. Fazigal says 10-year anniversary of No Man's Sky will be the Light No Fire release. So that means next year? You think it's going to be 2026, Fazigal? It could be. It could be. Maybe that's what they're planning. 2026 is going to be Light No Fire. I don't know. Yeah, because they haven't announced anything. They haven't said anything other than like the Switch 2 version and the Beacon update. So yeah, they haven't even gotten it. We don't even have a expedition. So I think they were really focused on that Switch 2 version. They had to make sure it was running and good to go before the launch. Game dev to software engineer, like a chiropractor to a doctor. We have 20 minutes, so I'm going to go over here that way you guys can see it. It just kicked in. 20 minutes until it shows. Settlements broken on release, so sad. Well, it depends on your platform, and they're patching it. They were kind of just funky and buggy, and that's generally how No Man's Sky, how Hello Games does it. Update comes out, it's broken for like 2 or 3 days for some people, some platforms, and they put out a patch on Steam. They're waiting on the Xbox release and the PlayStation and Nintendo release. Nintendo's gonna take a while because they always do. Keep an eye on those posters and look for spoilers. If we see a Light No Fire poster, man, holy cow, I might freak out. What will be in this show? That's the thing. They haven't announced anything really. So if you go into their description here, they really don't. Oh yeah, you guys can't see that, can you? Let me zoom this in. They don't really tell you what's going on here. That's a little too much now. Dang it. Too much. So they don't really tell you what's going on. You guys can probably barely read that. So, Future Games Show Summer Showcase hosted by Laura Bailey and Matt Mercer. They will highlight some of the most exciting games on the horizon, bringing viewers world premieres, exclusive game demos, and developer interviews. Nothing. Featuring 40 games, there we go, including trailers for Supermassive's Directive 8020, an interview with the Mafia Old Country developer, Hangar 13, and a new trailer for Crystal Theater of Idols. So, I mean, I don't know half of those. I know the Old Country, Mafia the Old Country. Supermassive's game, Directive 8020. But yeah. I don't know. They haven't given me really any details here, so let's do this. Boom, we're gonna zoom back out. That way you guys can see the trailer or the stuff. There we go. We are usually the testers. I mean, they are a small team, not to give them a pass. But Hello Games does not have a lot of people working there. Like Ubisoft has 18,000 employees. No Man's Sky, Hello Games, they have like 50. So they should, I would hope that they would test, but there's probably a limitation on that. And you can see it every time there's a No Man's Sky update. There's always a weird bug here or there, or there's a bug that they patched 6 months ago and it comes back and you're like, yay. I bought so many versions of No Man's Sky, dude. I got as many as I can get. I think the only version I do not have is the Apple version because I don't have a Mac, and I don't have the GOG version. It's understandable when there's a rework of a game mechanic that has issues the first few days after release, as they don't catch everything during their QA process. Yeah, absolutely. And so I've learned over the years that, yeah, the update comes out, it's going to have bugs here or there, and they're going to fix it depending on the level of bugs. Like, I think it was the Worlds Part 2 update had a lot of bugs, and so it took a little while for that to get ironed out. That was, the Worlds Part 2? Yeah, because it was the oceans, the deep, deep oceans, I think. And there was a lot of problems, like, especially on PlayStation, where the water, like, just didn't work out. And it was like, okay. Andy says, Jason, have you played on your Switch 2 yet? I have not, dude. I have been streaming. I fired it up yesterday when I got it, and I transferred over all of my Switch 1, like my games, my profile, my saves. I transferred over to my Switch 2, but I have not actually done that yet. I have not. I need to. So I need to verify that my No Man's Sky on my Switch 2 has been updated, because Nintendo is very slow with those updates. I bet you it hasn't been updated yet. And I need to mess around with that and see how good it is. Bankerito says, yeah, it was not fun having all the water vanish on PS5, trapping you on a planet forever. Yeah. It was really bad on the Worlds Part 2. I think it was Worlds Part 2 when we got our really deep oceans. Yeah, that was fun. But it's fixed. I think it took a couple weeks to get that one ironed out. I took advantage of that Resident Evil sale. Kingfish, dude. February. We are starting to get stacked of games in 2026. So I had a feeling like 2025 this year, there's a lot of games. We've already had a lot of awesome games, and we still have more to come. Like, we're only halfway through the year, and we have multiple, like, Game of the Years, in my opinion, Game of the Year, easily Game of the Year games. Like, a few years ago, it was like, everything's trash. I hate it. Now, we have too many games to play. And we were starting to see all these games, 2026. It's like, oh, God. 2026 is going to be another busy, busy year, which is amazing. That's so good. It really does feel like the lockdowns and COVID in 2020, it just decimated everything for like a good 3 or 4 years, because from 2020 until like 2023, there was not a lot going on. It was like everything was on pause. You couldn't do anything. There was no games releasing. If they did, they were broken. Like Cyberpunk came out. It was just a train wreck. And it took them a few years, and they got it to where it needed to be, but it's like, dang. Now, things are trucking along. Still games coming out busted, but a lot more games coming out finished, which I like. So, they're going to do an interview with the Old Country developer. Mafia, the Old Country. I assume that means we're going to see that. I would say that we probably see more independent games. Like, I know Jeff Keighley and his Summer Game Fest, he was trying to get a lot more indie games at Summer Game Fest yesterday, and he got a lot. But you also have to have the big bangers like Resident Evil, things like that. And so I think today we're going to see a lot more of the indie games, which I like. I appreciate. I love that. Spades says, there's any lighting of fire at the second game show last night? Nope. There was not very much of anything, Spades, last night. It was mostly train wreck. It was rough. Mike says, have you tried No Man's Sky on your Switch 2 yet? I have not. I need to fire it up. I need to double check and see if it's actually updated. So I don't know if the Switch has gotten the update for beacons yet. Because I was in the middle of transferring I literally got it Saturday, transferred my save over, and now it's like, okay, now I need to load it up and make sure everything's all updated. Game Fest was junk. Oh, I think Game Fest, that was one of the better shows. Like, if I had to score everything so far, State of Play was like a C. I liked the games there, but it was like, okay, it didn't feel like there was a lot there. Game Fest was like a B+, maybe an A-. IO Interactive was like a D-. It wasn't quite an F. They had things to show, but it was rough last night, man. Holy cow. That was like as bad as I've seen it in a long time. Like, you usually don't see that kind of just bad. Everyone was reading off a teleprompter, which I think was a laptop. So they were all on stage staring intently at this small little laptop, even though the camera was on them. And it's like, okay, come on. They had no rehearsal, because like they showed gameplay of Hitman and they didn't know what to say. There was like good, like long stretches of silence. And then they were like, oh yeah, well, but by the way, go do this. And it's like, what are you doing? It was rough, but it was the first show they've ever done. So, and it's going to be rough. Look at the posters. I don't see anything in the posters. I've been kind of back and forth looking at him. I don't see him. Meme Gamer says, do you think another bad Five Nights at Freddy game will be here? Absolutely. Absolutely. I think we're going to see a lot more indies, probably a lot of PC games. Now, there's going to be, of course, there's going to be stuff for consoles and stuff like that, but a lot of indie games will release on PC first, or PC and another console, like, you know, Xbox and PC, or PlayStation and PC, because PC is a little bit easier to kind of get around and do. Pretty sure Sean and the Beacon update was the day one for Switch. Was it? I'll have to double check then. I was still in the middle of either covering the the No Man's Sky update, getting Dune done, like, and it's all of my days are blurring together, guys. So if I say it's Friday, apologies in advance, because I don't know what day it is. I did 3 separate streams yesterday. I forgot what day it was. And then today we have Future Game. I think the only show we have is Future Game Show today. So I'm going to be able to actually get in there and mess with my Switch 2, get No Man's Sky running, and see how well it works and everything, and go kind of explore that a little bit. And maybe we do some stuff for Dune, because Dune, I'm really liking it. So it's rough. It's rough. They're definitely they're adding more servers because they're having a lot of server problems right now. But I really dig that game. I dig it a lot. Oh my God, I'm almost out. I do have a snack for today. I have a normal snack, a normal, like, American snack. I have, oh, this is backwards here. Let me do this. I have Fritos honey barbecue twists. I've been eating all the weird stuff lately, and I'm like, you know what? I want my good, like, my normal preferred one. I love these things. These are so good. So I have a normal snack for today. No weird stuff today. I mean, I have my, you know, my Fresca. What are video games? Well, if you hang around for another 8 minutes and 40 seconds, you'll find out. Spicy chum flavored Fritos? No, Michael. Why? John Clancy says, do you think there might be some game that is not a shooter and horror? We usually get games. We'll get like a Civ game. We'll probably get some Civ or something like that. Anno. We'll get a strategy game. I think that if I had to guess, it's going to be half the show is going to have either a shooter game or a horror game, an indie horror game. The other half is going to be strategy. And then we'll have like maybe 25% of it is going to be big games that everyone knows about, like Mafia, things like that. But a vast majority are probably going to be smaller indie games or indie light games. You know, I see a dinosaur, so Jurassic World is going to be here. I'm looking through here. I see Mafia. I see this. This is like Anno, I think, maybe? There's some kind of a Civ strategy game, it looks like. I don't know what this is. I keep thinking Last of Us for that picture. I don't know what that is. Is that Ellie? It looks like Ellie to me. I could be completely wrong on that. That looks like Ellie coming up here. So, dinosaur for Jurassic World. Horror game. Ellie, what is that? I don't know. It's Half-Life 3. Do you think Valve is going to sneak in at Future Game Show and do a Half-Life announcement? That would be epic. I would love it. Let's make sure it's at 1440p, 60. There we go. Yeah, more anime is very like, oh yeah, I forgot about that. I think that Jeff Keighley has a corner on the anime game market, but you never know. You never know. They're probably going to have some like hollow games out here. Some gacha games, of course. Genshin Impact is going to be here. RE Village? Oh, dude. Is that RE Village? It could be. I mean, I think, unless they're releasing it like on, they're releasing it on the Steam Deck. I don't even think, I think they already did that. You never know. I think we might get some good collection items for the next expedition. My collection on my freighter will grow again. Super Tiger, I can't wait for the expedition. I'm kind of itching to get back and do some speed runs. If it's like, if they do a base building or a settlement expedition, speed run is not going to happen because there's no way. They have built-in timers for that freaking settlement system. I hate it. I absolutely hate it. I don't understand why. I don't understand why there's a timer, or as long as they are. Give me a 2-minute timer. Okay, that's reasonable. Not great. I would prefer 0 timers, but if you're going to do a timer, make it 2 minutes. 5 minutes at the maximum. But there are timers that are 1 hour, 2 hours long in the settlements. And it's like, okay, great. I don't get to do anything for 2 hours. I'll just turn off this game. I'll come back tomorrow. HM Edit says, Jason, Light No Fire Shadow Drop would be insane, dude. It would be insane. I don't think it's very likely, simply because it's a brand new game. They've announced it. Like, they have a trailer for it. If you're going to shadow drop something, you don't even tell anyone. You do it like Oblivion. You do it like, you know, you don't want people to know about it. Then all of a sudden, hey, look, this is our new game. It's called Light No Fire, and it's out today. And people lose their minds. So that's like the first thing that leads me to think that they're not going to do a shadow drop. But the second thing is, a shadow drop is usually by a bigger studio, a larger studio, because they can afford it. You know, they can print off discs or whatever. Hello Games is a smaller developer. They want probably pre-order numbers. That way they know how many to make. If they make a special collector's edition of Light No Fire, if they do, we don't know, then they're going to have to print off like whatever the object is, the figurines or whatever it is. And so, yeah, they would have to pre-order it, and so you'd need those numbers. That was my gripe with settlements. You are a babysitter until you hand the keys out to a gag. Yeah. I mean, you can switch it over to creative mode. So that is the solution, is just switch to creative mode while you're doing your settlements, because all the timers go down to 30 seconds. However, I don't want to play on creative mode, or if there's an expedition around it, they're not going to let you go to creative mode in expedition. So they're going to force those timers in. Yeah, Shiny Red Flag says, yeah, if you override it in the settings. Yeah, absolutely. But the thing is, if they do an expedition, they won't allow you to. Because we've played around with that a little bit. And you can adjust some settings in the expedition. But if it's a settlement one, I almost guarantee you they're not going to let you do it. They're not going to let you, like, override that. Well, hello, Faz.
4 minutes until another 90 minutes of really.
No! It's going to be great. It's going to be great. If you guys missed it yesterday, they're making Atomic Heart 2. I mean, those guys, they know their audience. I'll just say that. Atomic Heart 2 knows the audience. Every 16-year-old boy is going to be playing Atomic Heart 2. Absolutely. And Jason will be playing Atomic Heart 2. Without question. Without question. But yeah, I think it's going to be good. I mean, like, Summer Game Fest, I liked a lot. I thought it was very, very good. There was more there that I loved versus what I hated or didn't like or didn't care about. Of course, there's always going to be games that pop up and you're like, okay, whatever. Every anime game, every gacha game, it's like, okay, whatever. But then you pop in and it's like, oh, here's Atomic Heart 2. Oh, here's Resident Evil 9. It's like, holy crap. Here is, you know, Death Stranding, who does a weird cinematic because Kojima doesn't want to show off the good part of his game. Come on. Atomic Heart looks good, but they lean too much into the fan service. Dimitri, I don't know about that. I would say that they have... When I played the original Atomic Heart, I think it was rough. It wasn't as deep as I was hoping it would be, but it was a solid game. And I think the fan service comes from the community, the community itself. Bavish. What the heck? I wouldn't even read that one? Well, why not, Bavish? Well, I appreciate you. I don't know why Streamlabs doesn't want to read it for you. Love from India. Thanks for all the No Man's Sky guides. Well, thank you so very much. 07, man. I appreciate that. Even though Streamlabs is acting up. What the heck is going on over here, Streamlabs? I appreciate you, 07. And Captain Steve says, did you play any Lies of P or whatever? I did not play. I downloaded it. So I downloaded it after the Summer Game Fest yesterday. I downloaded it and I did not even fire up the game yet. So I need to play that game. I need to get into my Switch 2. I got so much going on, you guys. I'm so busy. I got to take care of my house chores because it's the weekend. Usually that's what I do. I'm hanging out with my wife and my family, and I'm taking care of house chores. I'm like taking care of the yard, doing laundry, cleaning the house. So my wife kind of gave me this side eye this morning, like, are you going to be done fast today? Yeah, I will. I got to do that too. We have 40 seconds. So for me, I think we're going to get 2 really crazy trailers that no one's expecting here. 2. I think we have 2 hosts that are going to be very cheesy. They're going to do the very bad puns. That's like required at this point. But I think overall this one's going to be solid. I have good vibes coming from this. I hope. After last night's IO Interactive, nothing can be that bad. Nothing can be that bad. So as always, I will mute the alerts until after the event is over. But we'll circle back to everyone. If you guys super chat or anything, I will circle back to it and we will read it and kind of talk about it after the show. And if the show is too loud or too soft, let me know. I'll adjust the volume as we go. Oh my God. There we go. It was a little loud already. But yeah, get your drinks, get your chips. Oh yeah. Good luck to us all. It's going to be better than the IO Interactive one. I already feel like it. Better than IO Interactive, please. And I love the Hitman games. That show was not good last night. Ooh.
Please welcome your hosts, Laura Bailey and Matt Mercer.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Future Game Show Summer Showcase.
All right.
My name is Laura Bailey, though you probably know me best as Abby Anderson in The Last of Us Part 2, or as one of the cast members from Critical Role.
Indeed. And I'm Matt Mercer, the man behind many video game chaos merchants, such as Like a Dragon's Mad Dog Majima and Ganondorf from Tears of the Kingdom. But if it's a Thursday night, I also moonlight as Critical Role's Debonair Dungeon Master, where Laura tries her best to test the very limits of my abilities and sanity.
And you love it.
Assassin's Creed.
But we're here today joining forces for a very different reason. Exclusive video game trailers, and lots of them.
Indeed, and like a whole bunch of world premieres,
Those cuffs
deep
are huge.
dives, and developer presentations. It's frankly an irresponsible amount of video game news that will be beamed directly into your brains for the next 90 minutes, so buckle up.
90
Don't make
minutes,
it
hour
sound
and a
so
half.
scary. This is gonna be fun. Just keep in mind that if you want to wish list any of the cool games in today's show,
Why
then you
are
can
her
head to
cuffs
the
so
dedicated
huge on her
Future Game
pants?
Shows.
What is going on?
Indeed. And once the show's over, there'll be plenty of follow-up coverage on GamesRadar.com and the Future Game Show YouTube channel.
Well, I think that's all of the housekeeping out of the way. So let's kick things off with our very first world premiere.
World premiere. Okay. World premiere.
Zafar, pull
Space
up
game?
Navtech.
Just a sec. Got it.
Is it a survival game or is it a horror game?
We gonna find out about your Kopang right quick, okay?
Just want to do him justice. Stuck his neck out for us. Least we can do is get him out alive.
We've got big enough guns to make justice, all right?
Oh, Michael. To a man with a hammer, just about everything looks like a nail.
Aim for show. Time to say oh yeah with our hammer.
Missile range in 1 minute.
All right.
Brace yourselves. We're going for a spin.
Okay. I don't know what this is. Oh, you have to tap your shoes for it to get.
Zafar,
Okay.
did you get a signal?
After
Back
the large
is
haul
turned on.
down this corridor, they shut down this
Is it
part
the
of facility.
Expanse? Maybe. I
Long
don't
time
know.
before our arrival.
Fine. Let's deal with those guys first.
Ooh, dude. That's good. That's
You
good.
never look up.
I like that.
Zafar, you were right. They shut down this.
Uh-oh.
Hold on, I'm coming. I'll cover you.
The bird up high shall be thine eyes.
Is it the Expanse? It's looking good. Oh.
Hey, buddy.
Uh-oh. Oh, The Expanse. Osiris Reborn. That looks good. Look at that. Okay. It's pre-alpha.
Glad you're still breathing.
Okay. Cover-based shooter. Well, okay, you got my attention. I like that. That looks good.
What a way to start the show! The Expanse Osiris Reborn is an action RPG crafted in Unreal Engine 5, where you can immerse yourself in the universe of the beloved TV series. Make sure it's on your wish lists.
Sounds pretty awesome. And we're treating you to another world premiere right now and swapping sci-fi for fantasy in the process. So let's take a look.
World premiere. It's on Xbox, yeah, and PlayStation. It's everywhere. I love it when they do that. Put it everywhere. Okay. He said fantasy game, right? So, yeah, it makes sense.
I used to swear by my father's oath
Okay.
to
That's
protect
different.
the wards is to protect our people. And if it claims our lives,
Dude.
what's one life lost for the sake of the many?
And now, what do you swear by today?
She controls
The
time.
only one that matters is my brother. And I will kill the people who took him from me.
I'm getting some Assassin's Creed vibes from this. I like it.
I hear not the clamor of conquerors. Pestilence must be purged. Your father was right about one thing. The wards are breaking. And should we fail, it may spell
Disaster.
end.
Okay. Echoes of the End. Coming this summer? That's very fast for a game I've never heard of. Why didn't they announce it? Okay, coming this summer.
We're thrilled to reveal Echoes of the End, a narrative-driven fantasy adventure coming later this year.
But the fun doesn't stop there. Here's another world premiere.
It's important to note that this is your very first look at the game, but from what I can tell, there's evil residing in these woods.
Okay, calm down. World premiere. They said narrative-driven, which means it's going to be walking simulator probably for the most part. That's whenever they say narrative-driven. Okay. Not a lot of action. Pre-alpha. Here's a survival horror game. So it's in first person. This isn't Resident Evil, is it? You wake up in a forest with no memory. That looks really good. With no map and just a flashlight to light your steps. Definitely survival horror. With the feeling you're always watched. You are always watched. The whispers are all around you. I like the season change on all this stuff. Okay. Try to remember and find your way home. Whispers in the fog. Okay. Walking simulator, for lack of a better word, but probably some survival or like escaping elements of there's going to be bad things happening.
An isolated cabin in the woods. What could possibly go wrong? That was your first look at Whispers in the Fog.
It's a psychological horror game from a supremely talented solo developer. Be sure to give it a wish list if you like what you see.
Solo developer.
Next up, we've got a trailer for an open world action RPG based on the beloved anime, The Seven Deadly Sins.
Oh, there
Let's
you go.
Check it out.
There's your anime. It's a solo developer. There's a lot of people who are really talented, way more talented than I can ever even dream of being, making these insanely good games by themselves. Did we see this yesterday or was it on Wednesday? My days are starting to blend together. Was it yesterday? Probably
The
was
Seven
yesterday.
Deadly Sins Origin is coming soon to PC and PS5, but you can pre-register now at 7origin.netmarble.com.
Okay, it's time to learn about what's coming in Season 7 of free-to-play Destructo shooter, The Finals. Let's take a look.
All right, the finals. I guess they're doing a Season 7 trailer.
Welcome to the future of the finals!
Grenade skin.
Yes, anybody who watches this very show for 15 consecutive minutes on the FGS Twitch channel.
What was it? Oh no, we lost it!
Where have you been? Then just stick around.
And not that you need any more reasons, but it's time to move on and talk about hurdling, a shepherd simulator with a whole lot of soul. Let's find out when you can get your hands on it.
That was a weird control room mess up, Flub. So, not as bad as IO, but we're getting there. Don't do it. IO Interactive last night was really bad. Just let them have that. Don't do it. I think we've seen this. I thought we saw this last year. Or maybe we saw it on the Game Awards. I remember this game and it looks really, really cool. Yak farming? I'll take it. I want to be a yak farmer. Yeah, this looks really cool. Hurdling. When is it coming? Summer 2025. Oh, Steam demo's out now. I'm going to be playing that Steam demo.
Hurdling launches later this year, but you can try guiding those adorable calicorns right now by downloading the demo, which is out now on Steam. What's next, Laura?
Sleep Awake, which is anything but cute. It's a first-person psychedelic thriller that explores the realm between slumber and death. This game is helmed by Corey Davis of Spec Ops, The Line, and Robin Fink of Nine Inch Nails.
Oh, let's take a closer look then.
I didn't know Nine Inch Nails was making games now.
I cannot sleep. I cannot sleep. I must not sleep.
So you're not allowed to sleep.
this way.
Okay.
You're not ignoring me now, dear, are you? This is all perfectly natural.
I am awake!
Resisting the inevitable comes at a cost. Give me your eye, dear.
No. Coming next year, 2026. Okay.
Sleep Awake is coming soon, so drop it on your wish lists.
We've got a developer presentation for Eric Solm, The Stolen Dream, up next. It's a cinematic isometric stealth game set in the year 1900.
Oh, isn't that the year you were born?
I am a few months younger than you, Laura.
I don't think so. No.
No. No.
I must find her. He's all I've got. Before he
Seen this
does.
one as well. Okay. Eric's Home, The Stolen Dream.
Eric's Home is a game set in kind of a fantasy version of the early 1900s, and it has a Scandinavian theme style to it. I would describe it as a stealth puzzle game with a very strong emphasis on story, where you play up to 3 playable characters that you switch between, and they have their own special abilities that you need to use together to kind of solve situations and puzzles in a kind of interlaced way where everyone's involved.
It's in this setting of a Scandinavian nature, which not only resonates with me, but with the rest of the world because it's so unique. It's always nice to see something new that people can relate to.
So I've worked a lot with like lighting and 3D rendering, cinematic lighting, stuff like that. So Anders showed me a rendering of one of the movies. It just floored me. I thought it was so beautiful. Then he said, okay, so Theo, what I want from you is I want you to make this look even better.
We play tested the game a lot, and what people usually say is that it feels like I'm playing a movie, but in a great way. River End Games was based on the idea that if you have the right mix of people, then perhaps a really small team can still make something that's actually pretty cool.
Yeah.
How is this made by 16 people? Like, why is this quality so high?
A little now and then I sit down in the couch and I just enjoy a fresh build. The story just gets to perform. You're just drawn right in. It's a magical feeling.
I'm really excited for players to just discover this world. Eric's Home is coming to Xbox, PlayStation, Steam, and Epic Games Store. And we have an exclusive trailer that we're about to show you that will reveal the release date. I hope you enjoy.
Okay, release date coming. It looks really, really cool. 16-person developer. That's insane. It's crazy how you can compare this with 16 people developing it. Or like Expedition 33, I think they had 30 people on that. And you compare it to anything that Ubisoft has made and go, it's the same or better quality, but Ubisoft has 18,000 people working at that. Kind of crazy. Yeah, or any COD, yeah. Take any game that Microsoft or PlayStation or Nintendo have made over the last 5 or 10 years and compare it to this, and it's the same level of quality with like a 10th of the people developing it. So crazy. July 15th. Okay. July next month.
Thank you so much to our friends at River End Games for that window into the world of Eric's Home. It's coming to PC, Xbox, and PS5 on July 15th.
So go wishlist it on Steam or the Epic Games Store. All right, now we've got a new trailer for a cel-shaded shooter with gameplay inspired by the Stalker series. Here's the latest trailer for The Explorator.
Inspired by the Stalker series, huh? I like the look of this. You always can get me with the big, beautiful, and colorful worlds. I like that. Most of the time you get some dull, like brown or gray, and you're like, what the heck? This looks really good. And they said it was a shooter inspired by Stalker. I'm not getting any of those vibes from this. If anything, I'm getting BioShock vibes. A little dragon in there? Oh, now it's getting creepy. Look at this. That is... It's like cell shaded all the way through. That's awesome. And the Explorator. Early access available now on PC. Okay. Definitely need to check that out. COD currently has about 3,000 working on it. Yeah, it's crazy.
The Explorator is launching into early access today, so go check it out on Steam and support the developers on the road to launch.
Yeah.
Constance is up next, a Metroidvania where you wield the power of a paintbrush to escape a decaying inner world.
Move into my interests.
Nice. And yeah, and when I talk about Ubisoft having 18,000 employees, they're not all working on one game. But you got to imagine 2,000 or 3,000 of them are working on Assassin's Creed. So you have multiple thousands of people working on a game versus 16 or 30 or 50. Hello Games is 50 people. It's crazy. All right, platformer with a paintbrush as a weapon. Wait a minute. She has a paintbrush for a weapon. She can't paint her own like way through, like paint herself a platform to jump on? Come on. Constance. November this year. Nice. Is it a broom? It might be a broom. It could be a broom. I thought it was a paintbrush.
Constance is coming to PC on November 24th, but there's a demo available on Steam if you want to go give it a go after the show.
Those of you who have tuned in before will know that during the Every Future Game Show, we create a trio of deep dives into some of the most exciting upcoming games. Our ones to watch, you could say.
First game we're tackling for the summer showcase is Titan Quest II. Now, fans have been waiting since 2006 for a sequel to Iron Lore's cult classic action RPG, and the good news is, it's right around the corner.
So let's dig into the details with the help of Grimlore Games.
All right. Titan Quest II.
Tell us the whole
I haven't played
story.
this series at all.
Tell us about hope.
Titan Quest II is kind of your Diablo-esque action RPG, but it's set in ancient Greek mythology. You really can immerse yourself in what you associate Greece with. You'll be fighting these mythological monsters, some of which we came up with ourselves, some of which are from Titan Quest I. Greek mythology also has become very much part of pop culture in the last 2 decades. Some other games have had great success with this, and we thought that we have this great IP on our hands, why not use it? In Titan Quest II, you'll be playing as a rather unknown hero character. You're not really a hero yet.
Very
You're
Path of Exile.
honestly just training to be a capable fighter. You have a master called Aristono. She's from Sparta and used to be a priestess of Nemesis, as you'll find out later. You will build up your own worth over time as you prove yourself in front of the gods. Gameplay-wise, Titan Quest II is very much a classic ARPG, but we've got our own twists in there with like the mastery system, for example, where you merge 2 masteries into one instead of just being given classes. So you have to find these little entanglements that you can have between the 2 masteries, these synergies, and make the best use of them possible.
You did
From
love
there, you can
DS3?
take
Or
your
yeah,
character
Dark-
in
not Dark
multiple
Souls.
directions. The
Diablo
mixed
3.
class is something we support quite a lot, actually. But the core fantasy stuff, just a tanky warrior, of course you're gonna have that. You can take your character in many directions, and choice is at the core of our game. Your abilities will be modifiable, so each of them has like these several modifier choices that you can equip into your skill. This is our little innovation in this space. We are not going to be doing any microtransactions in this game because we don't believe in that form of monetization in general. We will be doing traditional DLCs, however. So after the 1.0 launch, we'll be putting out larger DLC packs, which will include additional chapters, so more content.
Is that legal? Are they illegally allowed to not do microtransactions? I'm pretty sure.
Titan Quest 2 will be
I'm pretty sure that's
coming
against
to
the law
Steam
somewhere.
Early access very soon. You can wishlist it now already, and we're looking for a summer timeline for this, and then later the other platforms.
Later summer. All right. No microtransactions, only DLC, paid DLC. So I'm guessing maps and things like that for paid DLC. That's friggin' awesome. Okay. I'm pretty sure that's illegal. They're going to get in trouble.
Titan Quest 2 is coming soon, and you can wishlist it on Steam or the Epic Games Store.
This is terrible.
Wait, legendary actor Yui Lowenthal?
Legendary actor?
What are you doing here?
Hey guys. Hey man. I was just, wandering the sound stages, taking in the sights and smells, and then I heard you guys making noise about video games out here, and I thought I'd join in.
Okay, well, I mean, since you're already here, why don't you take the next trailer?
Well,
right?
I mean, if that's okay with you guys, I don't
No,
wanna...
no, it's great. Work your magic. We'll just be over here.
All right. Got you. Well, get ready, folks, because it's time for another world premiere. This one's a follow-up to a beloved puzzle adventure that launched back in 2020.
Puzzle Adventure 2020. World premiere.
I have seen things that should be forgotten. I've tried to escape my past.
This is Call of the Sea?
I've had enough of death and madness.
Is this Call of the Sea?
But the world is changing. Some now search for answers in the far reaches of the world. For shocking secrets and dizzying marvels. For there lies upon this world of man a mocking and incredible
Call of the Elder
shadow
Gods. Okay.
out of time.
I bet you this is a sequel to Call of the Sea.
Call of the Elder Gods, starring yours truly, is a Lovecraftian narrative puzzle adventure coming soon to PC and consoles. So get it on your wish lists ASAP.
So you weren't just wandering the lot then?
I mean, I was, but then, it's called marketing, Matt.
Yeah, Matt. Classic marketing.
Classic.
Anyway.
All right, catch you later.
Bye,
I gotta wander.
Hell yeah, thanks for coming, man. Bye.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so while I go make sure there's no other voice actors hiding on set, we'll throw it out to some back-to-back trailers.
I'll stay here.
Free bio course. How hard could it be?
What is this?
Hard.
Extraction shooter?
We got company. Who wants some? Let's haul ass.
Oh no, that's them.
Indian narrative puzzle adventure coming soon to PC and consoles. So get it on your wish lists ASAP.
So you weren't just
They
wandering the
they
lot
messed
then?
that up a little bit.
I mean, I was, but then, it's called marketing, Matt.
Yeah, Matt.
Yeah.
Classic marketing.
It's just
Classic.
Anyway.
All right, catch you
okay.
later.
I was convinced it was live. I think this is pre-recorded and they're firing off certain things.
Okay, so while I go make sure there's no other
Yeah,
voice
I'm not
actors
back.
hiding on set,
Yeah, that's live.
We'll throw it out to some back-to-back trailers.
Let's try that again. Let's try it again.
Free bio course. How hard could it be?
So extraction
hard.
shooter.
We found paradise.
We got company.
Who wants some?
Let's haul ass.
What is it? Ascendant.
It's like capture the flag on crack.
Okay. It's 6 biocores now. Exactly.
Welcome to Veil of the Witch, a turn-based tactical RPG with a roguelite twist. You play as Ash, a shipwrecked castaway with no memories and a big-ass sword.
Let's see if I remember how to use it.
5 years after a bloody civil war, you wake up trapped on a mysterious island filled with monsters, cultists, and a whole lot of zombies.
Suffice to say, this whole island is madhouse.
Combat in Veil of the Witch is built for hardcore tactics fans, with an emphasis on speed and brutality. That means a small party, tight battle maps, and enemies that can drop you in just a few hits. To stand a chance, you'll have to master each ally's unique kit. Whether that's Frontline or Marco,
Rock and Punk,
Cannon Castor
everything's a
Laurent,
roguelike if you just say it
or
enough.
backstabbing cutthroat Emil.
Turn-based, I'm
All
still
your
on
abilities work
SOCOM
on a
or
cooldown,
XCOM.
so you'll have to
Oh,
think
God.
smart and learn to juggle. You can also level up and unlock new skills right in the middle of battle. Surrounding this rock-solid core is a branching roguelike structure focused on skill in the face of unpredictable challenges. Face off against cool bosses,
Burn! Beacon of the dead!
get your shit wrecked, then head back to town where you can unlock upgrades, chat with allies, craft equipment, and more. And if you're real nasty, take on Trials mode for bigger challenges and better rewards. Fight, die, rise again, stronger, then come back and conquer. Lost Eidolons, Veil of the Witch. Early access available now on Steam, and coming soon to Xbox, PS5, and Nintendo Switch.
That's too long of a name. Oh. Okay, looks like a cool party game. Yeah. Definitely party game. Splatoon? Kind of. I see a lot of like teamwork stuff going on here. Yeah, a lot of color-based. You're red, I'm green, and we have to go together. Pompucom. Pompucom? I just call it Papu something.
Can anyone hear me?
Dispatch to Unit 1. There's an ongoing fire.
Firefighter Simulator.
Supply line ready.
Break that door open!
Let me get that sturdy Halligan first.
My clothes are about to catch fire.
Get an attack line in there!
Gotta go scout the area.
Okay.
That was close.
Cat, you're good? Found one of the victims.
Please, get me out of here.
Heroes. The world is full of them.
What is going on with this show? You know what?
Of farmers with too much
I said it was not as bad as IO. They don't have audio issues. They have video issues.
But what is a hero without a princess to save? Without dragons to slay? Nothing. That's where you come in. As an agent at the Bureau of Fantastical and Arcane Affairs, you will ensure everything is as it should be for the hero's arrival.
Inside this cave, you'll find a necromancer who, according to our reports, is a complete and utter embarrassment to the story.
The book is titled Hellgates anew, your first ritual sacrifice.
As it turns out, putting the soul of a demon inside of a skeleton is a touch more tricky than you might imagine.
Can anyone hear me?
Dispatch to Unit 1.
We're
There's an
having
ongoing
problems
fire.
today.
Unit 1
Wow.
to dispatch. Copy.
I feel like in stage of.
Break that door open.
Let me get that sturdy Halligan first.
A princess to
What is
save.
going on, Future Game
Without
Show?
dragons to
What is
slay.
happening here?
Nothing. That's where you come in.
Yeah, I'm live.
As an agent,
It's just
at
the
Bureau
video
of
feed is not good.
Fantastical and Arcane Affairs, you will ensure everything is as it should be for the hero's arrival.
Inside this cave,
Wow.
you'll find a necromancer who, according to our reports, is
This looks like a good
complete and
game.
utter
It looks fun. It's more of a very, very like kid-friendly fantasy where you're joking with necromancy,
Titled
but
Hellgates and
it's not like
your
brutal and
first
nice,
ritual
nasty.
sacrifice.
As it turns out, putting
It
the
looks
soul
good. It looks
of a
fun.
demon inside of a skeleton is a touch more tricky than you might imagine.
We, the members of the United Builders Union of Enchanted Settlements, hereby announce a strike, effective immediate.
It's the inspector, here with their cushy job in their clipboard that decides if we have to do more work.
A dragon attack? That is not in the budget.
But what is a story without a good hero at its helm? With one unsanctimonious swing, you lop his head off. It hardly felt good, but incompetent evil is still evil. We are happy to welcome you, our newest agent to the cause. Wishlist Bureau of Fantastical and Arcane Affairs today.
Oh, that's one for the critters. The Bureau of Fantastical and Arcane Affairs is coming later this year.
And now for something completely different. This one's for the fans of shooters, anime, and Y2K aesthetics.
That's me.
Y2K aesthetics. World premiere, maybe.
弾が尽きるまでが愛よ。
She has her Razer flip phone.
もしもし。うん。はい。
That's a lot of. Okay. What is this game? No.
But what is a story without a good hero at its helm? With one unsanctimonious swing,
What is
you
going
lop his
on
head
at
off.
Future Game
Hardly
Show?
felt good,
What
but
are they doing?
Incompetent evil is still evil.
And you know it's the feed because the video transferred before the audio. So something's going on with their sync.
We are happy to
Holy moly. Is
Newest
it
agent
stream?
to the
Twitch stream is going fine?
Wishlist Bureau of Fantastical
Maybe we'll switch
and
over to
Arcane
Twitch
Affairs today.
because Lord have mercy.
Oh, that's one for the critters. The Bureau of Fantastical and Arcane Affairs is coming later this year.
And now for something completely different. This one's for the fans of shooters, anime, and Y2K aesthetics.
That's me.
That's so weird.
弾が尽きるまでが
I can't go to the Twitch feed because it's way far ahead of us. It's far ahead of where we're at. Dang it. Oh, there you go. There. Now we're syncing back up again. Up. Do that. What is happening with their feed? Yeah, I'm still live.
それができないあんたなら
I might switch over to the
Waifu
Twitch.
Tactical Force is a 3v3 anime shooter coming soon to PC, but you can jump into the open playtest on Steam after the show.
Now we've got a trailer for an action platformer inspired by the ancient art of paper folding. Let's take a look at Hirogami.
We'll do this. Boom, boom, boom. We'll bring over the Twitch feed. Boom, boom, boom.
Hirogami is coming to PC and PS5 on September 3rd. Fold it into your wish lists on Steam and the
There.
Epic Games Store. And check out the free demo, which is available on Steam.
Wonder why their own
Okay,
page
time
is not
for an
going
update
good.
on Eve Frontier. This is CCP Games' Spacebound Survival MMO.
Okay. Eve Frontier. We're
Frontier
back.
is
We're back
an
to normal,
invitation
I hope.
for everyone that have had the idea in their brain to make a game. And often the best way to make a game is to start and modify an existing game. We have now created an MMO server-side modding platform, and we offer an invitation to you to come and build with us. You can build tools, you can build worlds, you can do so many things. And this is a great way to start your game development adventure by sort of playing around in the amazing survival space horror sandbox we have created.
Okay. For Eve. All right.
When we made Eve Online, we very much wanted to make a sandbox experience where most of the things and the infrastructure in the game would actually be built by players. But we did build quite a bit of it ourselves. Seeing what emerged from Eve, especially when it comes to the third-party development ecosystem, we could actually give a lot more agency to players to literally build the world. So as we go through this process of stripping down to a survival game, we are on the other hand building up an amazing modding platform. Basically what Eve Frontier enables third-party developers is to mod the actual server, creating additional software that both read and writes the world state. And that, I think, will enable something truly astounding that has never been seen before. But this is very much inspired by the third-party ecosystem that is developed around Eve Online. We are basically supercharging that with the smart assemblies and the modding platform we're built into Frontier. And what we have seen so far in our various hackathons and events, and what we've just seen in the sort of builder community overall, absolutely delivers on that vision in spades.
He's very direct and to the point. All right. So Eve Online is getting custom player-made
Founder
stuff.
access for Eve Frontier is available now, and you can head to evefrontier.com to jump in and find out more. What's up next, Laura?
We have a brand new trailer for Formula Legends, an arcade racing game that covers the history of motorsport.
Okay. You drink Fresca? How does it taste? Dude, well, I have, this one's a peach Fresca, and it's good. I love it. That's why I don't want to be on Twitch. Why are you doing this to me, Twitch? Thank you, Twitch. This looks really, really good. It's like an indie Formula One racer. That looks really, really, really cool. All right, Formula Legends.
Formula Legends is racing towards release on PC and consoles, but you can play the demo now on Steam and also wishlist it on Steam or the Epic Game Store. But for now, let's keep it rolling with our Ones to Play section, which is a future game show staple. It's a montage of exciting games that you can play on Steam right after the show.
So if you like what you're looking at, don't hesitate to download a demo and dig in.
Okay.
First up is Catastrophe. This is an action roguelike where you play as a kitty abducted by aliens and repel enemies with your trusty sidekick, the Star Cursor. Players can mod Polo's abilities to settle on a unique play style and pick their route through a series of interstellar environments.
Next up, we've got Phase Zero, a survival horror throwback with fixed cameras and immersive pre-rendered environments. A menacing illness has descended on the town of Flint Peak. Can you solve puzzles and tango with monsters to make it out alive?
Or what about Bloodgrounds? It's a gladiatorial roguelike with a city builder twist. You'll recruit, train, and command a crew of warriors in strategic turn-based battles, then develop a coastal city in the interim. Carve your name into the annals of history and spill buckets of blood in the process.
Last but not least, we've got How to Escape Lost Submarine. With one player on PC or console and the other using a mobile companion app, you'll communicate and collaborate to complete puzzles and stop the outbreak of war. No pressure.
Okay.
That was our Ones to Play montage. Be sure to follow up on anything that caught your eye.
But let's keep on sailing with another exclusive trailer for a naval combat simulator set in the late 18th century.
A naval combat simulator.
Every voyage begins with a plan.
Capstan, okay.
A vision etched on parchment, foretelling glory or downfall. It is in our nature to conquer what others fear. Death and dishonor, fame and fortune. The life of a sea captain is one of duty and relentless pursuit. True riches are not in gold and jewels, but in the stories we bring back and the legend we become.
It's probably roguelike too, probably.
Final destination.
This looks really interesting. I want to see some gameplay.
Course. We sail. We fight. We endure. For the voyage is life. And life is the voyage.
I don't know why we were doing this. Oh my god. Here we go. Advertising. And I can't skip it.
Join the crew today on Kickstarter.
I love this.
Check out the funding drive for Ahoy at ahoy.gg/Kickstarter. And you can also wishlist the game on Steam or the Epic Games Store.
The Spotlight montage is up next, so say goodbye to our corporeal bodies and hello to our disembodied voices.
What Matt means to say with that Gothic vocabulary is that we'll be back on stage once we've talked you through some super cool games.
That's what I meant.
Okay. During the montage, we will flip back over here. Boom.
We sail.
The feed looks better over here, and I don't have to worry about ads. Sorry, guys.
For the voyage is life.
There.
And life is the voyage.
Hopefully there's no audio sync or video issues over here again. Is Light No Fire being canceled? No, Spectre. They're just taking their time. I wish if they knew it wasn't coming out till like
Join
2028.
the crew today
don't show me till
on
2028.
Kickstarter.
It looks good. Vice, it's so good. So good.
Check out the funding drive for Ahoy at ahoy.gg/Kickstarter. And you can also wishlist the game on Steam or the Epic Games Store.
The Spotlight montage is up next, so say goodbye to our corporeal bodies and hello to our disembodied voices.
Yes.
What Matt means to say with that Gothic vocabulary is that we'll be back on stage once we've talked you through some super cool games.
That's what I meant.
There you go. Just for you.
Flickshot Rogues is a turn-based strategy roguelike where you trade tactical trick shots for devastating damage. Across a constantly shifting cartoon peninsula, players will trigger explosive combos and commit to game-changing upgrades. It's coming to PC later this year. You can try it for yourself
I think this
ahead
is
of time by
solid.
checking out the free
It does
demo
have a
on
focus on more indie games, which I appreciate.
Now let's take a look at
But not every
Undercard
indie game
Golf
is going to be great.
Architect, an all-in-one simulator where you mold terrain to create world-class courses and then try them
Okay.
out firsthand. As well as placing the green and obstacles between, you'll manage staff, budgets, and customers on your way to crafting a golfer's paradise.
for the people who made
It's
Prison
coming soon to
Simulator?
PC and consoles, but you can wishlist it now on Steam or the Epic Game Store.
Ascend to Zero is up next. It's a hack-and-slash roguelike where you play as the last surviving human of a devastated world. To help with that unfortunate predicament, you can freeze time to anticipate attacks and topple voxel monsters. Ascend to Zero is coming soon to PC, but in the
Out the funding drive for Ahoy at
you know what?
ahoy.gg/Kickstarter.
I made a mistake. Sorry, guys.
And you can also wishlist the game on Steam
Jesus.
or the Epic Game Store.
The Spotlight montage is up next, so say goodbye to our corporeal
So we get to either have
bodies
ads.
and hello to our disembodied voices.
What Matt means to
We'll
say
do
with
this,
that
boom.
Gothic vocabulary is that we'll be back on stage once we've talked you through some super cool games.
That's what I meant.
Sorry, we're not doing that again. We're not doing that again. My goodness.
Peggy
There.
18.
Sorry, we're going back. They can't get their YouTube feed correct, so we're going back to Twitch. What the hell is this? Oh, is this Scum again? Is this Scum again? What the hell? Wow. There.
If those inspired reviews have grabbed your attention, then we're here to help.
Yep, you can head to the link on screen right now for a chance to win one of 100 keys for Scum 1.0.
And if you're not one of the lucky
1.0.
winners, then you'll just have to jump in with the rest of us when it launches on June 17th.
Now, our next game is a
There you go.
squad-based survival shooter where you dodge deadly dinosaurs. Here's the latest trailer for Deathground.
Deathground?
Deadly dinos are on the
Okay.
loose in Deathground. Whether you dare to enter solo or in a squad of up to 4 players, you must do everything you can to survive in these dinosaur-infested, abandoned facilities.
Could you survive? Hi, we're Jaw Drop Games, the indie dev team behind Deathground.
The main threat you'll need to avoid is the raptors, specifically Utah raptors. So unlike velociraptors, which are much smaller, they measure around 7 feet tall. I'm about 5'3", so that's a pretty menacing height comparison for me.
We've spent most of our development time taming them, and it's been a huge challenge because...
How do you get something that size with that tail to behave all in multiplayer?
Exactly. Of course, there'll be other dinosaurs for you to deal with.
The Compy?
The number one culprit for causing chaos is the Compsognathus, aka the Compy.
What might look like a decent hiding space for you as players might actually be a refuge for these little creatures, putting the terror in territory.
As for other species, you may spot the Allosaurus, Brachiosaurus, and Triceratops roaming around in the background.
And the next thing you know, you're being chased by a Tyrannosaurus Rex.
Okay.
There are multiple maps and missions that will be playable at launch. Mission Command, the single-player tutorial and introduction level.
Geothermal, where you'll need to repair everything so you can restart the power plant.
Agricultural, which has become a little bit overgrown and it is in need of some weeding.
And biomedical, which is my personal favourite, where you'll have to sneak in and steal raptor eggs. You know, for science.
Each mission is replayable and is an important piece of the puzzle. Each detail or collectible that you come across will help you unlock the lore and discover the truth about the disastrous events of the past.
Deathground is launching on Steam Early Access this year. Keep a lookout for our roadmap.
They couldn't do the Jurassic Park Tyrannosaurus Rex.
Deathground is launching into Steam Early Access later this year. Keep an eye out for roar news on that front.
I am refusing to acknowledge that pun, so let's move on with our second Ones to Watch deep dive, shall we? Here's Rogue Factor to tell us more about the studio's new weird action-adventure game, Hell Is Us.
Okay.
What happened here? Madness and hatred and lots of it.
Hi everyone, my name is Jonathan Jacques Belated, and I am the Executive Creative Director and Executive Art Director on Hell Is Us here at Rogue Factor. So the game that we've been developing for...
That's a very French name. He does not have a French accent. I don't... What?
So the game is definitely like an action-adventure game.
It is set in the world of Adia. It's a rogue state where there's a lot of really weird things happening. You play Remy. He was born there. Yeah, he was raised in a foster system in Canada, and he's going back basically to find answers.
This thing that games do now, contemporary games, where the adventuring is just, if you think about it, the exploration and the discovery, they're only there by theme. You had just been following marker after marker, and until the last marker is over your actual thing you needed to find. Almost all the variables connected to the exploration and connected to your discovery are given to you in a silver platter. So we look at it kind of like the inverse in our game because we got rid of all these things.
I remember chatting with John about the old Zelda games, how it was straightforward and like you had just enough to know where to go, but not too much.
It's basically how life works if you think about it, right? We basically orient ourselves by sight and hearing and what people tell us, right?
Okay. There's no objective markers. That's going to be hard for people to be playing.
Once in the woods,
if you're not
follow
paying
the
attention,
wind
it's going to
signs.
screw you over.
They will lead the way through.
You talk to NPCs and they're literally going to tell you a clue, right? So Rebecca and Jova, when she kind of hints you where the Owen convoy, the direction that it took, she says, I don't know where they went exactly, but I know they took the road that goes behind the weird monument.
French
and she
Canadian?
says you can see them
That
from
makes
here.
sense.
And as you're talking to her, behind her, quite far, you see some peculiar monument-looking thing. You're like, is that what she's talking about? Like, is that if I go and then you go there and you see the road that turns, then it's maybe the convoy did come here. I think that's kind of very unique, and it works really, really well. Like any game, especially a game of almost 40 hours, sometimes it works better than others. No game is absolutely perfect, but it's very much it's the joy of exploration, the joy of discovery. Yeah.
The Abbey is closed. Official AAF business.
Of course, we can't talk about Hell Is Us without talking about our monsters. And the enemies, the limbic entities, are physical manifestations of human emotions, of human negative emotions. What does an emotion look like? Who knows? So we had many iterations. We ended up with these kind of like fractally, geometrically thingies, So we have grief, ecstasy, terror, and rage. So the Hollow Walker represents a bit, so it's just a husk. That's why we call it the Hollow Walker. And it's a bit like a facsimile of a human being who's felt this very strong negative emotion. And then they look like that because we tried a lot of things and they ended up looking like this, So you'll be able to play Hell Is Us on September 4th, 2025 on Xbox Series X and S, PlayStation 5, and obviously PC.
I'm interested in this. I have not seen very much on it so far.
Wishlist it now because Hell Is Us is coming to PC and consoles on September 4th.
All right.
Thank
I
you.
think we're due another world premiere, don't you? This one's an action-adventure set in a drop-dead gorgeous cartoon world.
And it stars some very familiar faces.
Wait, is it us?
Maybe. Let's throw to someone who knows while I take this totally real phone call. Hello? Hi.
This is terrible. World premiere.
Hey Laura, hey Matt. I'm super excited to be back on the Future Game Show where I belong, and you are doing a fantastic job. Like I said to the producers when I was hosting, if you strike me down, this is live, isn't it? So yeah, New Tales reached out and I am officially in their game. Actually, seeing you just reminded me, they're looking for a killer writer who can also perform. Let me call Jasmine. Look, it's fine. You're doing great for time.
What?
Hey, Jazz.
No.
Hi, Sam.
Lord, this is
I've
so
got a
bad.
Really cool gig. want to join me in a game? If we're both in, I'm pretty sure Matt and Laura will be on board too.
Yeah, sure, I'll be in a game with you. But only if you're coming to the D&D group next week, because our party could really use the barbarian.
All right, I guess we're all doing this. That
Is
was
she
easy.
painting a
So
40K
let's check out
figure?
Exactly what we're getting ourselves into.
Okay. Okay. That is some stylish hair she has.
I'll be coming up hot for a minute. Everybody know the drop when I'm in it. Drop the top when I'm in it. Everybody know the drop when I'm in it. Yeah, I go so yo. Everybody
What is this game?
You know when the click through. Try to send this box to be a slow burn.
So wait a minute. She can transform into a water droplet? What is this game? Okay. Is it a D&D figurine? Oh, sorry. I don't paint. So it looks like an action platformer where you can transform into water or liquid. All right, Fading Echo.
That's right. We're joining Samantha Bayard, yes, Karlach herself, and the awesome Jasmine Bhullar in Fading Echo, coming to PCs and consoles next year.
And you can wishlist it today on Steam or the Epic Games Store. Go, 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 go.
We got another block of back-to-back trailers up next. Let's dig in.
Okay.
We have been blessed to live in times of peace, but our city is not without its enemies. The demons above, and the beasts below.
All right, I'm pumped. Let's do this.
You're going to be bishops too?
Through Sheo, all things are possible.
It's time
Okay.
the three of you learn the true purpose of the bishops. Listen up.
We recruit from the finest soldiers in the church, and still, 1 out of every 3 bishops doesn't make it past the first year.
Does it get easier after that?
We gave you those robes for a reason.
Retro RPG Sacred
Damn,
Fire.
I love the church.
Okay. What is this? Yeah. I was expecting God of War 6. No. Love that 2D, 2.5D style for JRPGs. It's becoming a popular thing to do, which is cool. But how do you stand out when everyone does it? That's the thing. Okay. Feels like a very retro trailer, like it was like 1980s. Awesome. All right. What is this? Is it Hi-Fi? No, it's not Hi-Fi Rush. Oh no, what is this? Uh-oh. a weird contrast between like this, like cartoon style, and then the 3D, whatever you want to call it, style, the actual gameplay. Yeah, like this. So weird. Okay. I saw a guitar. Oh. Let's co-op. Linked. Banner of the Spark. Play now. All right. It's weird that the trailer was more like cinematics, I guess, or more 2D art. Joe and Mac Retro Collection. Oh, live on Kickstarter June 10th. Wow. Okay. A very long trailer. Awesome.
We're back, and you can wishlist all of those games by heading to
the Future Game Show Steam page.
The Future Game Show's Steam page.
With that out of the way, it's time for a spine-tingling closer look at the next game from the minds behind Until Dawn.
Directive 8020 is about a deep space mission to save humanity and the shape-shifting alien who gets in the way. Let's throw it over to Supermassive Games to find out more.
There you go. Nice horror game.
We are going to do this. Just lower the gun.
Not until you move from the scanner.
Nope.
Those things can change shape.
Oh, it's the thing, huh? The aliens can turn into people.
Don't you ever point that thing at me again.
Scan complete. Subject unidentifiable.
We need urgent assistance. Please. Help us.
Directive 8020. On
But
the
what if
2nd
that
of
went
October.
differently? Hey, I'm Will Doyle, Creative Director on Directive 8020, and I'm here to share with you a new feature that we've added for the first time in a Dark Pictures game. Turning Points is a new narrative system which allows you to go back and change the outcome of your choices. As with all our games, Directive 8020 has a branching story with multiple endings. You'll be able to track the choices and paths that you've taken in the game and see alternate paths that link to each of the major decisions that you've made. With Turning Points, you can rewind to a pivotal point or decision, collect missing collectibles, or see how different choices would have played out. By the same token, your actions matter in our games. If you want to live by your decisions, there's also a survivor mode setting that prevents you from rewinding,
Yeah.
but still lets you view the decision tree. Turning Points will be available both digitally and physically for all copies of the game from when you start your very first mission.
Okay.
Directive 8020 introduces the ability to rewind and change your choices to see the consequences in each branching path.
Now, did Become
It's
Human
coming
do that?
to PC, PlayStation, and Xbox in 2025. And if it's not on your
been a
wish
long
list
time.
already, go fix that.
Our next
Been a
game
long
is
time since I
just
played
as scary,
Detroit.
but for entirely different reasons. Cairn is a death-defying climbing simulator with a meticulous control scheme. Here's the Game Bakers to tell you more.
We've seen a lot of Cairn.
Cairn is what we call a survival climber. Your goal is to climb a mountain and reach a summit no one has ever conquered. You can climb almost anywhere, and the climbing mechanics are highly realistic. You'll need to carefully manage your balance and stamina. Make a mistake, and you'll fall and get hurt.
Oh,
For the
God.
first time, we are also showing what it's like to climb at high altitudes. When you get up there, you'll face ice walls that require you to use ice axes and spikes. But don't think you can just jam your tools into the ice. Ice climbing is precise. You'll need to aim for cracks and edges to get a solid grip. Cairn's realistic climbing system also supports mixed climbing. That means you can have one hand on the rock and the other using an ice tool. It's up to you to read the rock face and choose the most strategic route to the top. Cairn is coming up on PlayStation 5 and Steam later this year. You can already give it a try in the demo available on PC and PS5.
All right. They have a demo.
Cairn is coming to PlayStation and PC later this year, and you can also check out a free demo on both platforms after the show. What's next, Matt?
We're mixing things up with a double bill of trailers. Here are two great games from our friends at Quali.
Korea is devastated. What? What? What is this? What is she wearing? I'm sorry, I can't get over that. What the hell is this? So it's a retro, like Resident Evil, like 2 knockoff with a police officer chick wearing a thong. Okay. Oh, she's actually wearing pants, I guess. Ground Zero. Yeah, okay. It's definitely Bob's game, yes. Absolutely. There's a lot of these games that are going more retro graphics. Hey, if it lets them make a really good game, I'm all for it. If they make an awesome game around it, graphics are okay. Hark the Ghoul. Okay, you sold me with the
Hark
rat
the
with
Ghoul
the
and
mustache.
Ground Zero are both coming soon to PC. What's up next, Laura?
We're taking a look at a game called Hella. It's a cooperative folklore adventure where you and your friends band together as brave little mice.
Called Hella. Okay, you play as a little mouse with a backpack. I can take that. Like that. You can fly with your backpack on? Okay. What is this, like, rope system they have? I love that. Okay. This looks like a really fun, like, lighthearted co-op game. You just fly with your backpack. That was a puzzle game. Yeah! It's a big moose. Hella, that looks really, really cool. Platformer, probably puzzler with friends, co-op.
Hella is coming soon to PC, PlayStation, and Xbox, so give it a wish list on Steam or the Epic Game Store.
Moving swiftly on, it's time for a look at Ludo. This is a psychological thriller where the protagonist is trapped inside their own home, and we're about to find out when you can play it.
Peggy 18.
Also known as PT.
How can you distinguish between what is real and what isn't? Do you trust what you see? What you hear? What happens when everything starts to feel wrong? To seem fake? Like a trick?
Oh, it's creepy.
How much longer are you going to pretend to ignore it? Don't do it.
July 22nd, okay.
Let him get you again.
It's European, because we don't have that over here.
Ludo is coming to PC, PS5, and Xbox. In the meantime, you can wishlist it on Steam or the Epic Game Store.
It's world premiere time again, and this next reveal arrives with an introduction from a very special someone.
All right. World premiere.
Hello, everyone.
Shuey!
I'm excited to be a part of Future Game Show 2025. There are so many amazing games coming out, and I'm very happy that I have a bit more time to play them these days.
Retired.
As many of you know, I have been a huge fan of the work of N-Dreams. Synapse is my favorite VR game of all time, and I'm honored to present this new groundbreaking title from the team. If you are at Summer Game Fest, I shall see you on the show floor at the N-Dreams booth. So, it is my pleasure to introduce you to Reach.
Reach. Okay. So this is from Dreams? Okay.
I'm ready for whatever. You won't find nobody better. I will bring a storm to you weather. You ready or not? Coming in high. I am a legend in the making. You're looking into the eyes of greatness. Gotta push through the world's waiting. I will not lose. I will not lose. I will not lose. I'm a legend in something I'm ready to prove. Legends always live ever. Legends always live ever. Stand by, I'm ready to meet my fate.
This has the hallmarks of a VR game. It feels like it's very, very VR, like, centric. Reach, out for PSVR. Yep, exclusive to VR. You can only play it on
Reach
Meta.
is an ambitious virtual reality action adventure coming to PSVR, Steam, and MetaQuest in 2025.
Okay, Matt. It's time to check in with everybody's favorite depressed and recently divorced Duck.
Oh, yes. It could only be.
I didn't miss that. Did you say it was
He
VR?
may have cracked the mystery of the secret salami, but when you're that good at your job, there's always a new case to solve.
The secret salami?
I'm used to the cold embrace of loneliness, and this vacation will be the end of me.
Hi, I'm Annika.
And I'm Johnny. We're Happy Broccoli Games based in Berlin, Germany.
Our newest game is Duck Detective, the Ghost of Glamping, where you are the one and only duck detective, a depressed and recently divorced duck who must quack the case.
Inspect evidence, make deductions, and solve this no-murder mystery.
To the annoyance of the duck detective, he is joined by a new partner in solving crime, Freddy the Crocodile. Work together to unravel the truth and nibble on the crumbs of
He's a crocodile?
Right now, we're working
Not an alligator because he could be an investigator? Come on. You missed it.
We're very excited for you to
You
play.
missed it.
The game is out on Steam, Nintendo Switch, Xbox One and Series XS, and PlayStation 5. Thanks for watching, and we hope you enjoy the rest of the show.
He should have been an alligator.
Bread slices?
Duck Detective.
The ghost of glamping!
Duck Detective, the Ghost of Glamping, has already waddled its way onto PC and consoles, so go check it out if you haven't already.
Okay, we've had plenty of exciting premises so far, but how about a rhythm roguelike from the maestros behind Patapon? Get on your dancing shoes, folks, because Ratatan is up next.
All right. Music roguelike. Or rhythm, excuse me, rhythm roguelike. Okay, looks like a platformer though. I wasn't ready for that music. Oh my god. I'm gonna have this stuck in my head all day. Thank you, Future Game. Thank you, Future Game Show. No. Yeah, I don't think this is the game that I'm going to be enjoying. Nah. Early access begins 2025. Okay.
Ratatan is coming to Steam Early Access on July 25th, but there's a free demo available on Steam if you want to give it a try.
And we're following that bombshell with a new trailer for Agatha Christie, Death on the Nile, an interactive 70s twist on the beloved detective mystery.
It's Poirot, don't you know?
Oh.
Oh, terrible.
It can't be. It's Hercule Poirot.
And it's the 70s? Yes. I love it.
Monsieur Poirot, I guess you know why I asked you to come.
What do you suggest I do? And can you confirm that all the passengers are present for the meal?
Yes, we keep the list. Everyone is here.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sorry to disrupt what promised to be a beautiful day, but I have some terrible news. But we must stay calm if we want to find the culprit. I have a small idea of the situation.
I'm May Leach. My, you got here quickly. I've just finished my latest case.
2 detectives.
Okay, let's see what I can find.
But someone is lying to me. It is a big case, Miss Royce. A dangerous one. What do we have here?
Thank you, Mr. Poirot. I'm now going to search each of you. Then there's still time to stop them before they strike again.
Tomorrow, the day at least is here. Every question must have its answer.
All right. September 2025. All right.
Agatha Christie Death on the Nile is coming to PC and consoles in September of 2025, but you can wishlist it now on Steam or the Epic Games Store.
Okay, I don't want to build up this next trailer too much, but let's just say you're gonna flip.
Oh, the puns.
You're gonna flip. Shaggy. I assume this is a it's in first person. Scooby-Doo. Not first person Scooby-Doo, is it? It is. Wait a minute, what? House Flipper Scooby-Doo? What the hell does that even mean? House Flipper Scooby-Doo?
Soinks, Laura! House Flipper 2 Scooby-Doo is meddling its way onto PC and consoles this Scootober.
Now we're starting to close in on the end of the show, but not before we show you our final ones to watch deep dive.
Our team behind the scenes visited the Hangar 13 office for an exclusive insight into Mafia: The Old Country.
There we
Here's
go,
all
okay.
the gory details.
DLC for House Flipper 2? That makes more sense. It's DLC for a game called House Flipper, okay. All right.
Mafia: The Old Country is both a prequel to the original Mafia trilogy, and it also sets things up for what might be to come in the future, going back to 1900s Sicily, so the birth of not just the Mafia game, but also the actual Mafia itself, back to where organised crime first really came from.
In Mafia: The Old Country, you play as a character called Enzo Favara, who's an upcoming gangster trying to make his way in the Sicilian Mafia.
As a child, he's worked in the sulfur mines, sold there by his parents, a really horrible upbringing for a kid, which unfortunately happened back in those days. So he doesn't know family, he doesn't really know love. He escapes, he falls in with the Teresi crime family, and then this story shows his rise through the ranks as he goes from being this impoverished young man to a made man.
For Mafia: The Old Country, we moved to Unreal Engine 5, which has really enabled us to do incredible things with the characters, with the landscapes, with the cinematics. Every single aspect of the game has undergone a significant graphical upgrade.
Mafia has always been about pushing the technology of its day to do the best in cinematic storytelling and exciting narrative gameplay. It really makes what's already an emotional story even more emotional and meaningful.
We've been able to capture incredible nuances in the mocap, in the acting, in all of the character performances that's really helped us to bring our story to life. And as a little taste of what's in store, we've got a cinematic to show which shows a key moment in Enzo's story.
Peggy
18.
Trailer time. Oh, this is when he joins the Mafia.
Come forward.
Why does everyone have to sound like the Godfather? That's my question.
All of the men in this room are bound by blood. This is a family. And in this family, we follow a code of honor. It's a way of life. A brotherhood.
You're here because of your deeds and the assertions of those who stand at your side.
This life is one of secrecy. If you make a friend, meet a woman, they must not know about our thing.
It is binding. It is not forgiving. To betray one is to betray all.
Super serious.
Do you wish to commit yourself, your life, to this family?
Yes. I do.
Ooh.
Then, before the eyes of all here present, Join me.
Look at the initiation into the police. Wow. Oh. Jason lets us chat to each other at school. As long as you're not being mean in the chat, we're good. Why you gotta cut the lip?
To become a man of honor, repeat these words. I swear my loyalty to this family.
I swear my loyalty to this family.
My flesh must burn like this saint if I do not keep my oath.
My flesh must burn like this saint if I do not keep my oath.
Welcome, Enzo.
Benvenuto, Enzo. Benvenuto.
Go get a drink.
Benvenuto. Salute.
There you go. Basically the intro cinematic. Okay. Now, I remember them saying that it was not an open world game like the original
Mafia:
ones.
The Old Country lands on August 8th for PC, PlayStation, and Xbox.
Next on our docket is a developer presentation for Tenet of the Spark. If you haven't seen it all over social media, this is a time-hopping brawler where you solve puzzles and crush enemies across 3 distinct timelines.
Okay.
Hey, what's up? I'm Artem, the game director at Rogue Games, a small indie team scattered around the globe. We're making our first game, Tenet of the Spark.
The true power of the Spark!
It's a cinematic
This guy came out in
action where you
1998.
fight bad guys over 3 timelines. Present day, the Viking Age, and the Aztec civilization. All at the same time. You got it, right?
Ancestor, I need you.
And it's not just for show. You have to use all 3 characters to explore, deal with tricky enemy types, and solve puzzles.
All right.
It also answers questions you thought you'd never ask. Like, how the hell does this black boxer have a Viking for the great-great-great-grandpa? Or why does this train car turn into a giant rock? And the biggest question is, why did they risky roll with such a difficult project? Because we wanted to play a game where you can start with classic 1-2, then send your opponent across the arena with your hammer, switch again to pull this dude a little closer, hit him with a huge combo across all 3 timelines.
Okay.
Hell are you? And now we're making that game with the blood, sweat, and spark. Tenet of the Spark. You got it, right?
I got a little mini-me. Look. Wash up, wash up.
We're not dropping the release date yet because we want to do it right. But we can say it's coming to both PC and consoles. Follow and wishlist Tenet of the Spark on Steam. And go look at your family album. Maybe your grandpa was a badass like mine. You never know.
Okay.
Thank you to Roar Games for the inside scoop on Tenet of the Spark. It's coming soon to PC and consoles, so pop it on your wish lists. All right, what have you got for us, Laura?
A first look at gameplay for Creasol Theater of Idols. This is a first-person horror shooter for fans of BioShock and Resident Evil. You fight creepy statues on a tormented island and use blood as your ammunition.
I'm going to pre-order it right now.
Blood is ammunition.
Almighty Son, guide my path in this hour of darkness. As the shadows of the abyss close in, let your sacred light banish them.
Nope.
And if I am to fall, flesh turned to ash. So my soul.
So you're a vampire.
To you.
Oh!
Consuming in your flames for all eternity, now and forever. Crisol.
You will bleed 2025. We're halfway through. Come on.
That looks good.
You're telling me. Crisol Theater of Idols is coming to PC, Xbox, and PS5 later this year, and your Steam wish lists in just a few moments, probably.
I hate to say it, Matt, but I think we've arrived at the final trailer.
Okay.
Last trailer to close it out.
How do you want to do this?
Okay, I'm thinking we both look into that camera right there,
Okay.
and we're both sad that the show's over. But it's okay, because that last trailer is really cool, and so the folks at home will be happy, and we've done a good job, I think. So, does that work?
You know,
let's just see the trailer, please.
Please enjoy our final world premiere.
World premiere at the end.
Ooh, I liked it.
Yeah, it's fun.
World premiere.
Welcome, sisters, daughters of
Not light, no fire.
to these blessed halls of Porthbarrow.
Okay.
You have been chosen, honored to the parish, to serve the will of Mother. So come, step forward. Let us see what flowers she's given us. Such radiant blooms. So full of promise. Now, I must confess a change in plans. You shan't be entering the garden today. Take heart, faithful ones. The garden must still be tended. And tonight, you will be sown!
Okay, calm down. Ritual Tides. Okay.
No, hold on. I've got something to show you.
Show me some gameplay. Launching on PC, they're going to give us a date. And console.
I bet you didn't expect that, did you?
In August? Okay.
That was your first look at Ritual Tides, a terrifying odyssey where you tango with Lovecraftian terrors. Wishlist it now because it's coming soon to PC.
We'll have the full gameplay revealed during the next Future Games show in August, so mark your calendars for that.
There you go.
However, that does mean we've reached the very end of this year's summer showcase.
Don't go anywhere though, because FGS Live from Los Angeles airs right after this, with even more exclusive trailers, developer deep dives, and world premieres.
We'd like to thank everybody who has tuned into the summer showcase, as well as the Dreamweaving developers who put their all into those amazing trailers we debuted today.
And remember, you can head to the dedicated Future Game Show Steam page to wishlist your favorite games from today's show. We'll also have follow-up content on GamesRadar.com and the FGS YouTube channel.
I'm Matt Mercer.
And I'm Laura Bailey.
And this has been the Future Game Show Summer Showcase 2025.
2025. All right, so it wasn't bad, wasn't great. YouTube being out of sync was kind of crazy. What is FGS? Future Game Show Live from Los Angeles? I don't know what that is. What's going on here? The future is bad? Nah, it's just not as exciting as I was hoping. Now, to be fair, a lot of companies, they will save their announcements for their own showcase. Like Sony has their own showcase, and Nintendo does, Xbox does. So in general, you won't see anything major because they're saving it for theirs.
Ending to the Future Games Show Summer Showcase. Thank you very much to Matt and Laura for their
What are we
amazing
watching
work
here?
as host, but it is not over yet. As you might be able to tell, there are some new stars in town. That being myself, Jules Gill.
And myself, Amy Mallet, and welcome to FGS Live from Los Angeles. We are bringing you today some exclusive new trailers, demo drops, release date announcements, and of course, world premieres.
In fact, let's start with our very first exclusive. It is our very first world premiere.
Is it just extra? What are we doing here? World premiere. I don't know. Like, this is Future Game Show from LA Live. I don't know why they separated them. Maybe they only had. This is RuneScape Dragon Wilds, it looks like. What is this? I don't know what this is. So what is Future Game? Okay. Pirates of the Pal World. Guardians of the Wild Sky. Okay.
Wait. So you're telling me that you can become a pirate, transform into an animal at will, and build your own skyfaring
They just moved.
vessel?
And do it all with your mates. All of that footage came from the in-game online multiplayer.
Oh, there's still my beating heart. I can finally live out my dream.
Of being a pirate?
No, just having hair at will.
Ah, fair. Well, anyway, Guardians of the Wild Sky is coming to PlayStation, Xbox, and PC. You can wishlist it now and sign up for the playtest.
Amazing.
Now, Jules, I don't want to shock you.
Good, because I do have a weak heart.
But our next game is a terrifying twist on an old-school classic. Let's have a look at the multiplayer mode for System Shock 2's remaster.
Whoa.
Okay. Yeah, super live. Yeah, I know. Not live that unless they have really good running. Like they're athletic as hell.
I'll be the first to die. Did you kill him?
I shot him. He's still alive though.
So, in order to get out of that room, you're gonna have to push a button on the wall. Oh, okay, you jumped down. Okay. 2 broken ankles. I think those sorts.
There's probably a hypo for that.
I might have triggered 5 corticosteroids. Don't. No.
Okay.
Oh, this is a craft elevator.
Yeah, this is. Oh, almost like it wasn't designed for 4 players. Here comes. But it's. Oh.
God.
So is it 4-player co-op?
Back to fail me again, insect.
Okay.
Oh, that multiplayer looks brilliant. I love any kind of game mode where I can accidentally blow up my mates.
Indeed, and you can blast Showdown back to base elements when System Shock 2's remaster releases on June the 26th.
Now, Jules, do you know what else is fun?
Ripping off somebody's skin, wearing it to fool their mates, and then pretending to worship an eldritch god?
That was actually exactly what I was going to say. How did you...
I wrote this part of the script, so yeah.
Oh, fair. This is Necro
Oh
Fugitive.
my god. I don't think they're on a green screen. I think they went and they recorded these segments all around LA.
In Necro Fugitive, you are the monster. The nation of Avencia is at war. As the last surviving member of your cult, your deity has gifted you with unholy powers. Shapeshift through the kingdom, transform into enemies and deceive your foes. Unleash chaos wherever you go. Choose abilities on the skill tree and create the ultimate heretic of your dreams. Go in stealth, go in combat, go however you want toward freedom. The choice is yours. Other games let you pet the dog. In this game, you can be the dog. Plus, for the first time,
Be the dog.
we're announcing local co-op. Team up with a doppelganger and take Advencia by storm. Necrofugitive is coming to Kickstarter on June 24th. Pre-order now and get a free copy of Dead Man's Hand card roulette action when you purchase the full game. Necrofugitive. Demo available on Steam. Pre-order now.
What is... Yeah. Okay.
Necrofugitive is coming to PC and consoles with a Kickstarter launching on June 24th.
It is pure chaos and I absolutely love it. But you know what else I absolutely love?
Go on.
Planning road networks for busy cities.
Oh, it's a wild Friday night over your house, isn't it?
You have no idea.
I appreciate
Well, you're
this.
in luck because our next game is the Golden Joystick Award-nominated Mini Motorways, which is bringing out a brand new game mode. Ooh, how exciting! Start your engines.
There you go. I mean, it's like using hacked versions of their own ROMs on their emulated devices. Voice acting is so bad. I mean, it's so bad it's good. Sonalita?